Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I hope all of you are good today. Now, I'm joined by Josh today, and he has been on my channel before. I've been on his channel too. So I thought I would return a favour and get him on my channel. We're not gonna lie, we're saying this off air. It hasn't been the best time for the women's team, but we're going to chat a bit about that today. We are obviously got a game against Tottenham coming up. So yeah, I mean, Josh, thank you so much for coming on my channel today. How are you doing?
Nah, no problem. Yeah, I'm doing very well, thank you. Thank you very much for having me back on, of course, the channel. You've been doing some amazing things, of course, and yeah, you've been going, keep growing every single day, and I've been watching your content as much as I can as well. So it's great to see you do quite similar to what I do as well, where
Yeah.
we like cover both men and women's. So that's great to see as well. So yeah, I just want to say keep up the great work first and foremost, and yeah, it's an honor to be back, and I think the last stream we did might have been the Lyon game, like last
Yeah.
season, or Real Madrid. It was in that time we ended up winning the Champions League. Obviously, under these circumstances now, it's been a complete different start of the season. Very disappointing so far, but I'm sure we'll talk about it a bit later on. But yeah, thank you very much for having me on once again.
Oh, thank you so much for coming on. Excited to chat with you today. I mean, I don't know where to start really because I'm kind of surprised because we won the Champions League last season. We were amazing in the Champions League. In your opinion, like what has gone so wrong this season? Because I don't even think it's one thing. I just don't know what's gone on.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. I mean, where do we start with Arsenal with the ladies team this season? Complete difference compared to when we was up here. I think the honeymoon period is over. Really, we won that
Yeah.
Champions League on top of the world, and now there seems to be a bit of pressure on Arsenal this season. A lot of teams look at us differently, I think, because we are the holders of the Champions League. Is the pressure getting to us this season already? It hasn't been that great. I think, as you said, there's a number of reasons you got to put it down to. I think one of the reasons for me is you look at recruitment in the summer. As much as I like the signings of Olivia Smith. I think she's been phenomenal now. She's a top class player. You look at signing her, and you look at signing Taylor Hines. Those are two very happy with those signings. But I still think we didn't do enough in the summer. We let Leah Walty go in the midfield, and I still think there's a big gap in the midfield. I still think we need another midfielder in the summer, as well as the defense as well. To be honest with you, like obviously losing a player like Leah Williamson to injury is always going to be difficult. Like she's for me our most important player. She's the one that is a leader of the team. Really, she's the one that sets the example for the team. She's the one that with that experience. So to lose her, I think was massive. But again, could we have replaced her? Because we've had to rely on Katie Reid, who's 18, 19 now. She's unfortunately got an injury. So I still think recruitment wise wasn't good enough. But having said that, we knew we had a good squad anyway, like a good sort of set of players anyway. So it comes down to, I think, the manager at the end of the day, like Rene, and it's nothing like, I'm not saying Rene out or anything like that, because I think
Yeah.
at this moment in time, it's silly to say that. I think she's one of the Champions League 5 months in, yeah, as an interim manager, and so she deserves the opportunity to at least turn it around, really. And I look at, I think she has to take responsibility for the results this season, because at the end of the day, it does come down to her in some of these team selections. I still don't think Rene knows her best 11 yet, and I still think Rene has a bit of favoritism towards certain players, in my opinion. Um, if you look at the Bayern game, for example, I have no idea why she didn't even start Olivia Smith, for example. Olivia
Yeah.
off the bench against Chelsea was our best player. Yeah, she changed the game completely, and what, you give her 10 minutes off the bench against Bayern Munich. So I think, and personally, I still think I want to see our two winners, Chloe Kelly and Olivia. Actually, I don't think we've actually seen them both start together yet. So, and I think they're personally our two best winners, in my honest opinion. But at the end of the day, I don't think she knows her best 11 yet. I think another reason for me is, as I said, with the whole underdogs sort of situation with Arsenal. Like last season, no one expected Arsenal, especially at the start we had with Jonas. Yeah, and we sacked him, or well, he left apparently. But either way, he went, and Rene came in. Like nobody expected Arsenal to go and win the Champions League. You know, I think when we got to the Lyon game as well, when we lost 2-1, we was like, all right, this is how far we're gonna come. Basically, I think everyone was sort of thinking that. But then obviously we turned it around and we had that amazing Champions League win. Now I think obviously there's a bit of pressure on Arsenal this season to deliver the WSL. I think that's
Yeah.
because we've seen Chelsea dominated year in year out. And I think there's still that pressure to go far in all these competitions. Like because we are Arsenal Football Club, we should be going for every single competition. So I think that's added to it as well. But yeah, I just think overall, I mean, in some of the games, we scored some goals. Like I remember the West Ham game was 5-1, London City was 4-1, Leicester was 4-1. But if you look at the majority of the performances overall, it's been a complete decline compared to
Yeah.
last season, hasn't it?
Yeah, I could completely agree with you. I mean, I think as well with the summer window, I think it's difficult because you never would have expected us to perform like this and drop
Mm,
so many points. And obviously, the Champions League with that new format, especially, those are the games you do have to win. That Bayern game as well, we were so good in that first half, and the way we just capitulated and let our lead slip, it's disappointing. I do think we are missing Leah, but I think we had to bring a defender in this summer. I mean, Katie Reed's done amazingly, and it's a real shame that she's injured because I thought she didn't really do much wrong. Yeah, I do agree about the midfield, Leah Volti. I think it was fair enough if she wanted to go because she'd been here for a while. But I do think we should have replaced her. And we know Kim Little, she gets injured quite a bit as she's getting older. So I feel like the recruitment, some of it, like you said, has been good, and others just it's not been good enough, and I completely agree. Yeah, it's so tough as well to know where we go from here because we've got Spurs in our next game, and like they're on similar points to us. There's not really
mm.
much of a gap there. Um, do you feel any sort of hope that we can win that game? Because we do really need to try to get back up that table. Because I don't think we can win the league now, but I think we just have to do the best we can now.
Yeah, do you know what it is with this league? Like, obviously, we're 5 points behind. I think is it Man City who've gone to the top now?
Yeah, I think Man City at the top
Yeah,
because they
so
won
so,
today.
so City are flying at the end of the day, And I'm looking at it thinking like, forget about the title race right now. Well, what about top three? Because if you look at it,
Yeah,
Chelsea will be there as always. Man City will be there, and I think Man United. Like as much as I think they played, I think they lost. Did they lose to No, they beat PSG in the Champions League, didn't they? But I think they lost to Villa, if I'm not wrong.
yeah, they lost to Aston Villa, I think, the week before or a few days
Yeah,
before.
they lost
I'm
to
pretty
Villa,
sure
but
they lost to Villa. Yeah,
they were having a good start to the season, so maybe even they could be up there.
yeah,
So
yeah,
so forget about that title race for now, people. Like, are we going to get top three at this rate the way we've been playing? But I look at it right. I was It was so frustrating that Chelsea game because obviously we had the Black Sinius, which was a disgrace. That should have been a goal. And we had the Marnham offside, which should have been a goal. And we should have really won that game, especially in the second half, right? And the way we started out in the first half really frustrated me because if we would have won that game, it could have been a turning point for the season, in my opinion. I
yeah,
think we would have gone like two behind Chelsea and we would have been right back up there. But now, if you think about how WSL goes as well, you think about Chelsea, how I think did they go unbeaten last season? I think
yeah,
they might have gone unbeaten. Yeah, this Chelsea team will stay consistent. This Chelsea team will keep winning games. Yeah, same with Man City. They're going to keep winning games this season. So we're going to look at it, and I I agree to an extent that I think, and I mean you can never say never because anything can happen, but
yeah,
right now it's not looking likely that we're going to win this WSL this season, and it comes down to what ourselves at the end of the day. Because points like Villa at the start of the season when we dropped at the Emirates, by the way, when we conceded that last minute goal, leads to these moments like this when we look back and this is why we drop points. It's performances like that, for example. And I said it, we had to beat Chelsea at the Emirates to actually have that sort of momentum and have that confidence back in this team to sit there and say and make a statement sort of thing. Like they're
yeah,
coming to the Emirates, beat them, and we didn't. At the end, yeah, we got hard done by, but the first half cost us.
yeah,
So yeah, I mean, going into this game against Tottenham, I mean, it's nothing but a must win. It's Tottenham. It's really as simple as that. It's got to be a must win game. I know, as you said, like they've had a good start to the season as well, but I expect Arsenal to get the job done. I really do. As much as we've not been playing that great this season whatsoever, you know, I think it's Tottenham. If they lose this, yeah, especially after what happened Bayern Munich, you know, in midweek, you know, we need to bounce back. They need to bounce back for the fans as well. Going 2-0 up and completely, you know, capitulating and bottling it was disgraceful. Let's be real with it, you know. So I think we have played well in past this season. I'm not denying
Yeah,
that, but are we consistent for full 90 minutes? Because it's either 45 minutes we play well and then we mess up like we did against Bayern, or
yeah.
we start the game poor and we play well in the second half like we did against Chelsea. It's really been like that all season. I can't really think of a game. As I said, maybe like West Ham, London City start of the season, and Leicester where we battered them. But apart from that, it's really been poor, you know, this season. So yeah, we can't be losing to Tottenham. No way, you know.
That'd be the
Um,
worst, honestly.
I, I think we played them in pre-season, didn't we, as well? And they beat
Yeah, I think we
us.
lost to them. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't know how to feel. I mean, you mentioned something really good that I've been saying this as well, is that the lineups have been very kind of inconsistent. I mean,
Mm,
I get injuries, you know, other players have to step in. That's, you know, understandable. But we've seen a lot of changes like in midfield as well. We've obviously seen like Stenius and Russo play together. I think that was okay against Chelsea because Black Stenius always turns up at the big games and
yeah,
we know how great she is. But I just think our midfield's a bit of an issue at the moment. I personally would love to see Cooney Cross, you know, be a starter. And they mentioned as well about Olivia Smith, Chloe Kelly. It's tough one with Chloe Kelly because there's times where she's had like the Champions League, she did actually get, I think she came on 16 minutes. She got 40 minutes, but she didn't really do much.
she
And
played poor. Yeah,
I don't know if that's why Rene's not started her because she, if we're being honest, she's not been great. I know Olivia Smith has come back from an injury, hip injury. So, but I feel like now I'm sure Olivia Smith's fine to play for
yeah.
most of the game. Um, what sort of lineup are you thinking for the game tomorrow? Because I just honestly, I just don't know what I'd go for, especially in that midfield, especially with the injuries that we've got at the moment.
Yeah, it's tough because I mean, as you rightly said, going back to what we said earlier with Rene, like she has a favoritism, man. You know,
Yeah,
why is Cara Cooney Cross getting getting no starts at the end of the day? That you know, she keeps persisting with the same midfield. You know, Kim Little's great in there, you know, but she's getting older and you know, playing Mariona there as well. Like I don't think Mariona's been at I mean, Mariona's world class, but she ain't been at her best this season,
yeah,
you know. So I think Cara Cooney Cross is the one who needs to start games. You know, like she comes off the bench, but she has not enough time to impact games for me. And she played last season like for a good. She had a good run of games in a row where she actually started her, and she was playing week in week out, and she's looking really really good. And then it got to the end of the season, and she's always on the bench, and I was like, what's going on here? You know, Rene. Like I think she does have her
yeah,
favorites. It's the same with you know the winners as well at times. You know, like I do like Caitlin Ford, but I think again at times she's been a bit inconsistent this season. I think Beth Mead's played well in parts this season, but I still think she has her games where she just can't cut it. And I think we
yeah,
lack a lot, especially against Bayern Munich. I think we lacked a lot of pace, and that's what Olivia can bring to this team. You know, like
yeah,
as soon as she came on against Bayern Munich, right, she got the ball, done up three Bayern players and got a shot away. You know, but that's what she can bring. Like she give me the ball and she'll drive with it and she makes herself happy in the day. Well, I think Beth Me is more like a link up player. You know,
yeah,
so I look at it like that and I just think this midfield needs a change around completely. Um, for me, my lineup would be obviously DVD in goal. And
yeah,
even her this season, let's be real with it, she's been a bit shaky. And I don't know if it's because she's had that injury that she's coming back from, and I think she actually played against in the Champions League with an injury apparently. Maybe she's not fully fit. I don't know, but she's been making a few mistakes here and there this season. I mean, she's been a bit better in the recent couple of games. But yeah, she'll be in goal. Back four for me. I'll start Taylor Hines personally. I'm a big fan of
yeah.
Taylor
She's very
Hines.
good. Yeah,
And I think she's been playing very well, even off the bench. If you started games, I think she's done a really good job. I'm still a bit concerned about Kate McCabe defensively,
yeah.
in
I'm a
my
bit as
opinion.
well.
Like if you guys go back to that Chelsea game, you know that first half she's getting cut open left, right, and centre people. They was targeting that side the whole time, and she's getting proper caught out. So I don't mind her going forward. You know, she can overlap,
Yeah,
put some
she's
good
good.
crosses
Yeah.
in. But defense is my question mark. Whereas I think Taylor Hines brings that balance, and she's good going forward as well. So I'll probably go Taylor Hines in there, and then the two centre backs. I mean, what do we really do here? Because it would be Katie Reid, obviously, but she's got that big injury, and I feel so bad for her because she's had a great start to the season. So it's like, what do we do here? Like, obviously, it's going to be Catley and probably Lottie, right? Because we have
Yeah.
no one really else there. Is she gonna? I think Jenna can play centre back, can't she? But
Yeah, it's that's where we're kind of short in a way because we've got Kadena, but
Kadena,
do
yeah,
we trust some certain players to start in these big games because we're struggling a lot as it is for this. I think we don't have many options really.
nah, we don't. And for me, with someone like Lottie, for example, I ain't convinced of her, to be honest with you. Like
Yeah,
the Man City game was the one where I was like, when I thought she was really poor in that game. Obviously she made a few mistakes for some of their goals if you look back on it. But so Kadena maybe could come in there, but I think she's gonna stick with Lottie and Catley. And
yeah,
then right back will be Emily. There's no doubt about that. I think big up to Emily. And then the midfield three for me, I think it's got to be Cara Cooney Cross. Whether Rene will do it or not, time will tell. I don't think she's gonna do it. Cooney Cross, Mariona, and I'd probably go. See, she's been starting Black Seniors and Russo together, hasn't she? In the recent games,
yeah.
and Black Seniors have been scoring some goals. So I would either go I'll go Marnham or I'd go Russo and Black Seniors, and then my two winners would be Olivia. Olivia's got to start. There's no doubt about it. She has to start. I'm sorry, she's fully fit now, right? I want to see her on the right, and then I would go Chloe Kelly on the left, but again, I don't think she will start. She'll probably go with um Caitlin Ford.
It's a tough one, isn't it? I'm with you actually. I mean, with most of that. I think the back four. I mean, we've actually seen a lot of rotation with McCabe this season. And I think Taylor Hines has done a really great job. Like, I don't think she's done anything wrong.
Mm,
Taylor Hines is also quite good going forward. She's shown that as well. I think as well, I mean, when we bought her, I didn't think she'd be a starter, and now she's definitely knocking on that door. And I think she does deserve to have these chances. It's weird with McCabe. It's like she's good going forward. She's good at all these set pieces, but I think defensively, um, she's not being the best she can be. I think she can be better defensively. It's like, we played against Barcelona in that final. A lot of these players were so good
yeah,
defensively. I know we had Leah then, but I think some of these players can do a bit better than what they are. Midfield wise, like you said, it's difficult because when Russo plays in that deeper role, sometimes it works and then sometimes you don't know she's playing, so it's a tough one. Yeah, I'd definitely like to see Olivia Smith as well. Chloe Kelly. I mean, last season with Beth Mead, she was more of a player that would come off the bench. In the season, she's been a starter. Ford. I think Ford's great at getting past players. I think especially against Chelsea in that first half, I think our end product was the problem, and Olivia Smith can give you that bit of magic in the game. So it's a tough one for the lineup because I think you can kind of guess what Rene's going to go for. I think Rene's just got to stick with a lineup now, and whether we like it or not, it's just got to be. I think we need consistency. Obviously we've got Spurs, so I'm pretty nervous for the game. Obviously with Rene, she has had some criticism, and I think some of it's fair because, bringing on players too late.
mm,
I mean, she brought on Chloe Kelly for 10 minutes. I just thought, like, bring her on a bit earlier. So I don't think Rene, you know, is perfect. She does make mistakes. But you know what? There's been quite a few people on the comments saying to me, Rene needs to go. And I'm just like, is that, for me, it's a bit soon. But I also understand she is making mistakes. Um, how can we kind of judge her now, because she's won the Champions League, there was no pressure on us, and there's pressure on us now because we've won. So how can she sort of turn us around? Because I love Renee, she's amazing, but we're not doing what we have to be doing better than what we are.
100%. Yeah, like I get the criticism, and I think the criticism is justified for her, really. And I said it earlier, like I think some of her mistakes, she has to take responsibility for majority of this season so far. You know, and you mentioned it perfectly there. That the prime example is her game management. You know, in that, for example, that Bayern Munich game. You know, even when the little things like taking off Black Sinius for me too early was a big mistake. Because a player like Black Sinius, like she, if you can remember, in the first half she had them two big chances where she hits the crossbar, and then she has the other one which was wide. I think the keeper saved, wherever it was, right? She could have two, she could have a brace, but Black Sinius for me, she needs a number of chances, and then she'll get that eventually. She'll get that chance, and then she'll take it. Basically, I think that was a big mistake taking off Black Sinius. And then, as I said it earlier, like you know, we're 2-0 up, we're cruising, and she's waiting and waiting to make substitutions. You know, we needed fresh legs on there, like, and you wait till the 80th minute when they bring it back to 2-2 after we completely bottled a 2-0 lead, to then finally bring on our best player, one of our best players this season in Olivia, and you give her 10 minutes. Like, it's these little things you got to look at, you know, in terms of her game management. And she's done it quite a few times this season. But I rated her, obviously, like she deserved that respect there because she came in as an interim manager and she won us the Champions League, and that nobody's gonna take that away from her, you know. And I do think for that reason, she deserves the opportunity to turn this around. She like, so I'm not gonna be sitting there saying that she needs to go and we need to get rid of her. You know, yes, we've had a very, very poor season. Let's just be real with it. Yes, we're 5 points off the top of the league. You know, what she has to do is, it may sound, people can call it unrealistic and all this, but we have to go win every single game. We have to go on a run now. We have to be consistent now. You know, if there's still any small chance when it's WSL, we can't lose a single game anymore. Even drawing games won't be good enough. We have to win every single game, people. Like, this is what Chelsea do in the WSL, so why can't we do it at the end of the day? You know, like, we have to go. But am I confident that we're going to go win every single game? Probably not, the way we've been playing this season. And there's always that concern about it, that we're going to drop points or we're going to do, you know, we have mistakes in us. But that's got to be the standard at the end of the day now. And, you know, we or at least go and win in the other cups, you know, like we've got the FA Cup and we've got the League Cup as well. Go and win some of those trophies at the end of the day. But honestly, like, I do like Renee, but at the same time, she is entitled to some criticism. As much as she won the Champions League, this is a new season now. We start on 0 points. We no trophies for this season at the moment. Like, you're the manager of Arsenal Football Club. Arsenal women have got a successful history, many titles. You know, the standard is to win at the end of the day. So, you know, that's what we got to do at the end of the day. But as I said, for Renee, like, number one, she needs to stop picking her favorites. She has to adjust her system around a little bit as well. Like, even playing, I don't know about you, but Mariona playing this deep, for example, in our team, it's like, and she's been completely off it this season as well.
Yeah, she's not been herself.
She's not been herself whatsoever. But, you know, because she keeps playing, I've noticed she plays her alongside Kim Little, and it's like, should we be playing her? Because I think last season we played her out wide a few times, didn't we? Or we played her in like where Marnham plays. So maybe she can adjust that. But, and I get it, like people say about the injuries. I know the injury to Leah doesn't help, but, and I know she's probably one of our most important players, but it's one player at the end of the day. And I feel for Renee in a sense when it comes to the recruitment. So I think there's a bit going on higher up, which we got to look at as well. But as a manager, and it's some of her decisions, it's the game management, and it's some of her lineups, some of her team selections. I don't think she knows her best 11, and that's quite concerning, for being real with it.
I mean, last season it's crazy because we saw such a consistent lineup as well. I mean, and it was a good lineup, and it's pretty much last season. I think she did so good at that, having that consistency, and I think that's completely changed this season. I get injuries have happened, just has to maybe change a few things, but I think that's changed as well. Her not the starting 11's a big problem for me. I think it's really weird as fans. Like we can see things and she's not doing it, and it's
Mm.
crazy. So it's like as well with Pullover. I'm all for her having chances, but I think at the moment she's not being particularly great and
Yeah,
impactful, and she keeps starting Pullover. It's like I don't know with Plover. It's tough because when she came in, she was so good. She had a big injury, she didn't play, and then Marnham came in. It's like Marnham as well. It's so tough, really. I think she's just got to pick a strong 11. I completely agree with you there. It's tough. I think Rennie does deserve a bit of criticism. Obviously, if you're not doing great, the manager will get that. Um, I think she just has to bring on players a bit earlier, or maybe not take players off like so soon that are really important. Because
mm,
I think in that Bayern game the other night, I mean, I'm all for making early substitutes, but I think she should have kept those players on for a little bit longer because I think when you're 2-0 up, you're never really comfortable. I think if you're 3-0 up, you could probably relax a bit, but I think that's what we did. I think we're not finishing these games off. I think we'll score 1 or 2 goals and think the game's done, and it's literally not done at all.
exactly. Yeah, no, it's facts. At the end of the day, yeah, like that. That's another one that you bring up a great point with Palova, for example. I think she's been awful this season.
Yeah,
I'll just be honest with it. Like, I'm sorry if it sounds harsh or negative, but I'll just say how I see it. End of the day, like she's been shocking, but yet Renee keeps persisting to play. And you are right. I rate she was a phenomenal player. Like when she first came in, maybe the injuries killed her. At the end of the day, like let's just be honest with it because she didn't play a lot last season, and I think this season does she deserve to keep starting games? I don't think she does. This is why I'm saying like play Cara Cooney Cross in there.
yeah.
Give something different into that midfield because the midfield's not been working in these recent games. It's really as simple as that. But yeah, it's just it's very frustrating because as I said, like, and so I think someone said in the chat there we're seeing glimpses and we're seeing signs of actually hold on a minute, is there a team in
Yeah,
there? Is
yeah.
is it because like you look at that second half against Chelsea, we battered them in the second half. Let's be real with it. We battered them. Like of course we got hard done by completely with the 2 goals, like the Marnham and the Black Sinius one. I think they made it up. Honestly, how on earth they saying that it hit her hand was disgusting. So we should have won
Yeah,
that
that
game.
was
But then what happened in the first half? You look at the first half performance. It's like we're getting ripped apart in that first half. So there's been signs in there, but it's not that consistency. We've not been that consistent whatsoever.
that's the problem. It is frustrating, especially that Chelsea game as well because we started it off quite slow actually, and then we dominated it. But it's definitely been a tough start to the season. Yeah, good point here. I don't understand how we can perform so well in one half against Chelsea and so bad in the other half. I think we're really struggling to perform well for a long time, which is really a shame. Um, I'm not surprised Kim Little's injured. She gets paid every minute. That's the thing. We do rely on certain players, to be honest with you, especially Kim Little.
Mm,
I mean, with Caldente, it'd be nice to have someone else that could maybe step in for her because not every game she doesn't need to play every game. I mean is a very busy schedule of football, but yeah, it's just crazy to me how poor some of these players have been this season. I do get Caldente has played a lot of football with the Euros. I
yeah.
do get that, but yeah, I do want to see I do want to see players get more minutes for sure. So fingers crossed, we'll see that happen. But yeah, I don't know how to feel about this game. I know Josh in the chat, I don't think he's looking forward to it. But what are your score predictions for the game? Because I think Spurs are going to be up for this game. I think, especially because they've not had a bad start. Spurs have actually done
Mm.
okay. I know they've lost a few games, but I think they got some good signings, and I don't think this is going to be an easy game at all.
Yeah, no, you are right. You are right. They are. I mean, they're saying point stuff, aren't they, as well for this game? So it's going to be a massive game. As always, North London derby. It's going to be massive at the end of the day. But I think, yeah. No, I think we'll win the game. I think we'll win the game. I think it'd be tight though.
Yeah,
Away from home. Yeah, it's obviously it's a must win. There's no doubt about it, people. Like it's Tottenham number one. Like
yeah,
we can't be losing to them, nevertheless, people. So I think prediction wise, I do think we'll concede, unfortunately, but I think we'll do enough. 3-1 Arsenal for me. 3-1.
yeah. I do think we're gonna concede. I can't lie. I don't feel I don't feel optimistic that we're gonna get a clean sheet. It has been a while, I think, since we've actually kept a clean sheet. But yeah, I'm with you. I'm thinking like 2-1, 3-1. I mean we've lost. I know we lost to them. I don't know when it was. Might be a year or two ago. But other than that, we generally have a good record against Tottenham. I mean, back in the day, we used to really thrash Tottenham, but I don't think we'll thrash them. Yeah, Spurs have definitely had a good
I
season.
think I think they beat us. They've only beaten us once in the history, and that was 2023 when they've done us 1-0.
Yeah,
Apart from
yeah,
that,
that
we've
was
beaten
the
them every single time.
yeah. I mean, we do generally have good records, and I know all the Arsenal players know what this game means, especially because a lot of them, love this club. We are too vulnerable at the back. That's the thing. I do worry a bit defensively. That's why I do think we're going to concede. But yeah, like we said, I think if Rene starts, Olivia Smith, Chloe Kelly, maybe Russo up top, or Blackstenius is in there. I think it'll be okay because I think we've got um we have got a good team. That's the thing, is like if you look at our team on paper, we should be doing a lot better than what we are, and I'm not really surprised with how good United have done and how good other team like Man City have done, because they've got a great squad. I know they're doing great, so yeah, I think we just need to. I think if we win this game, we might overtake United as they lost today. So that'd be great for us. Someone says, "Come on, get behind the team." Yeah, hopefully, guys, we can beat Tottenham. But yeah, I'm hoping. I do agree with you about what you're saying about going on a good run now. Um, it's so tough as well. I think that's a big problem, consistency. So I'm hoping that things can turn around. Rennie is a top manager. She will coach the defence to become better. I think at the end of the day, like, she hasn't been here that long, and we do need to give her time. She's had a window. I know she had a bit of January, but since Jonas has taken over, she's won us the Champions League, and she did the best she could, last season. So I think as well, it's good to, we mentioned before about the FA Cup, the League Cup. I think those are probably our best chances. Like, I mean, I love an FA Cup. I'd be happy for us to win that. It's really weird, the Champions League, because I don't really have much faith in us, especially the fact that we're not doing the best. In the Champions League, how do you think we're going to do? Because obviously we're quite low in the table. I think we're like 10th at the moment. So do you think we can get ourselves out of this mess of the Champions League?
Yeah, I mean, I really hope so because we are the holders at the end of the day. And we want to go back to back. Is that that should be the standard at the end of the day. Like, and I think other teams looking at us realizing, yeah, we
Yeah.
are the holders, and there's maybe a bit more respect there, than there was in like especially last season. I think, as I said, we've seen as the underdogs. This year, we're the holders now, so people I think will look at us differently. But yeah, I mean, I just can't. I look at the game against Bayern Munich, and I just think that just lowers all the confidence on me, And the Leon game, for example, as well, was so frustrating because we got a goal up, yeah, and then of course our goalkeeper happens, and then we completely throw the game away at home as well. So, and I think it's top four who go through, isn't it, automatically? And then
Yeah.
fifth to 12th is the ones who play the playoffs. So if you look at the top four teams, I mean, Barcelona are gonna win the whole, like they're gonna top the group like this league phase, and there's no doubt about it. Um, so they're gonna be there. I think Leon will be there, and then it's between if we can get into third and fourth at the end of the day. Which right now obviously Bayern beat us. So, and I think we've got Real Madrid coming up
Yeah.
on Wednesday, which we beat them last season. Fair enough, but again, I'm not going to underestimate any team. Even like Twente away, Twente drew with Chelsea 1-1. So and we're going away from home. Can we really underestimate them? And then you've got I think it's OHL, isn't it, as well? So I expect Arsenal to definitely get to the playoff point. Whether that, but just outside the top four, like I'm not confident in terms of top four. And then once we do get to the knockouts, hopefully, are we confident of playing? Say we get Barcelona over two legs, for example, not even in the final, because I think on the final one-off game we can do anyone like we did last season.
Yeah,
But it's like my concern is what if we get Barca in the flipping in semi-final or quarterfinals, and it's two legs going home and away. It's like
that's
nah,
the thing.
Even Leon again would be very very tough. So and these other teams like buying over two legs as well, like it doesn't give you that confidence. So I think going back to back will be very very tricky this season. I really do. I think Barcelona Connect this season. They sapped up buying 7-1, didn't they? Wherever it was the a few weeks ago. They're winning their games. They're looking like a proper team as they always usually are. So I think they'll be back up there for sure. But yeah, as for Arsenal Champions League, I honestly think as we're playing this season and the results not really going our way, I think the best we can really hope for is as you said earlier, like an FA Cup or like a League Cup.
Yeah.
So go for both of them.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I think it would be nice to win something this season. I think Rene's just got to continue that. Obviously, with the Champions League, I mean, we deserved that last season, and we were so good, like you said, against Madrid, against Leon. I just think maybe we're not in the best place at the moment. I think obviously Leah's going to be back in December. I think we probably will look a bit better, but I don't think it's going to be all on her, because there's been times where we struggled with her and the team, and it's not just on her. But I think it's really showed how important she is for the team. Obviously you got the January window coming up as well, so I think it'd be good for us to, bring in some players for a bit of depth as well. But yeah, with the Champions League, I think we just have to do our best we can. Obviously, you want to get in that top four, but I don't think we will at the stage. I think obviously United Women, they're doing really good in the Champions League. Obviously Chelsea, we know they're pretty good as well. So it is tough at the moment. Yeah, Chelsea over two legs, I'd take that. Chelsea definitely want to win the Champions League. They've not won it,
Yeah.
so even though Chelsea and Man City at the moment with the league, they're quite close to each other. I think they'd love to win a Champions League, because like they've won the league a lot, and obviously the league is great, but I think the Champions League's just special, especially because we've won it twice and they haven't. So, yeah, they'll definitely want to win that. And yeah, obviously, big up to yourself for coming on my channel. I just hope that things improve for us. I really hope we can get a
Yeah.
win against Spurs. But do you want to just tell people a little bit about your channel and where they can find you?
Firstly, Soph, thank you so much for having me back on. I think it's been a really nice chat, and it's great to catch up, of course. I'd love to get you on, my channel very soon as well, so we can do one for my channel as well. But yeah, as you said, hopefully, we can turn things around. But yeah, you guys can find me at True Guna. I just hit 20K the other day.
Congrats, well done.
So
That's
yeah,
great.
thank you very much. So I just hit 20K. I do daily Arsenal content, men and women as well. So I cover both. We do watch alongs. I'll be live tomorrow doing of course, this game as well. So yeah, we do plenty of watch alongs, plenty of live streams, previews, we do all match reactions, transfer news, and all that every single day. And I get guests like Sophie on as well. She's been on the channel many times, and we do podcasts as well. Everything Arsenal related, we're there, people. So yeah, that's where you can find me. And as I said, thank you to the chat as well for leaving your comments, and thank you to Sophie once again for having me on.
Oh, you're very welcome. I've really enjoyed it as well. It's been good to chat. Obviously, we hope Arsenal women can win tomorrow and go on a good run now. But so do make sure you subscribe to Josh's channel. It is in the title as well. And yeah, big up to you guys in the chat as always. It's really good to obviously read your comments, even if I don't read them out loud. I do, I know what you guys are saying. So yeah, obviously big up to you guys, and yeah, hope you guys have enjoyed my video. I'll be back tomorrow. Obviously, also the women are playing Spurs, so hopefully it will be after a win. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. Make sure you do like and subscribe, and I will see you guys very soon.